And we are live. Hello and welcome. This is the SuperBoss Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Luc Tran, joined by Harrison Ngo.
What up?
And Ian Eatwell.
Hey, gamers.
So what we do here, we're just three guys hanging out. We talk about what's going on in the nerd world, ranging from video games, comics, anime, whatever gets you ostracized from mainstream people, I guess. The way we handle it is that first we'll start out by talking about what the three of us have been up to, what we watched, what we played, and then we'll jump into our main topic after a little while. So getting things started, Harrison, what have you been playing? What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? The more I think about
What
shit
have-
ton. Ian, I am talking right now. How?
And I'll
dare
interrupt you
Oh,
all day.
All right. I like initiative.
Just kidding.
But
Go ahead.
man, I guess okay, yeah. So I finished the main story of Assassin's Creed. So if anything, I know at the beginning of the year I said I'd play that, so I want to say half check that off because I don't know if I want to play the
Heck yeah.
expansions yet. So guess we'll see.
Mm.
But there's just a lot of other stuff. I know we could probably all talk about this, or me and Luke could probably talk about this because Ian was out. But we played Among Us with some of the boys. I think last week.
Yeah, last weekend.
Last weekend. That was fun.
Mhm.
Could probably talk to that. Let's see what else.
Hades.
Hades. Yeah, more Hades. Oh yeah. So last time I think I never got to Elysium, so I never fought. Oh, and this might be spoiler, so I'm gonna give a quick spoiler warning because I want to explain this at least. So if you haven't had time, just buy the game. Just buy the damn game. Get to the point where I am, and we're good.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
buy the game. That game
buy the
is
game,
phenomenal.
100%. This game's great. Fucking love this game. All right, so I got to Elysium. Usually I had an issue with that area just because of Shield boys. Fuck them. And I finally got to do. Actually, Ian, do you want me to say this? I just realized.
I mean, I feel like I have enough of a
It's like who's boss? It's
no
like
clue what's happening kind of situation where
I was just
I
gonna
feel
touch-
like it'll
yeah.
just pass right over my head. So
I was gonna
I'd
say
go
who I
for it.
fought, like in terms of like to give like a checkpoint of like, oh, I fought
do you,
this boss.
do you
and
care
this
about who the
boss.
last boss is or anything like that, Ian?
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Oh.
Maybe yeah.
For the sake of the cast, we'll just go for it. Speak unhindered.
I'm because you're gonna play this soon because you're gonna buy this. Like I said,
This
buy
is
this
true.
game and get to where I am.
this is true.
Essentially, I fought like the boss at Elysium. It's like the main thing is that there's two guys, and it fucking wrecked me, Luke, for like a good bit. But and it was funny because I was playing, and I didn't realize how much time had passed. I started playing at like let's say 7 or 8 p.m. at night. The next thing I know, it's 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, I snapped Luke, and I'm like, I did it, and he's like, you monster, go to bed.
He sent me a Snapchat like, I beat the boss. I was like, it is 3 a.m. You need to go to bed. Because
Dang.
wasn't it like a work week? It was
Yes,
like a weekday.
it was a weekday. It was I think it was
oof.
midweek too. It wasn't even like man. Yeah. I was so deep in I was like, I gotta keep going. And it was funny because my girlfriend was like, I'm gonna go to bed because I have lab in the morning. Try not to stay up too late. I was like, all right. Next
Yeah, okay.
okay. And dude, just it's so good. And then I beat that, but I beat it and I went to bed. I will say I went to bed, and then the next day after work I played some more because I was like, okay, I need to keep going. And there's like the whole you had to do like that whole maze part, Luke. Not
Yeah.
maze, but you had to choose rooms.
Yeah, I know
To
what
finally
you're
you get
talking about.
so you do that. I didn't realize that was like its own thing. And then once you do that, you're actually at the final boss. Maybe I don't know because I didn't beat that person. So I don't even know if that's the last part. Like I'm like, oh, what if there's more after? Like I know there's more after, but I don't know if it's like the full run, right?
Yeah, how much more?
How much more of the run I have? Because that boss, I beat I guess one phase, and I thought I was done. So I walk up, and I'm like, am I done? Because I lost all my lives except I pretty much had no revives, and I was like, all right, I think I'm good. I guess we'll see. And nope, I died because there was a second phase. I was like, oh, get fucked. I'm stopped. I'm done. I'm tilted as fuck.
It's like I remember I basically went
that
through
feels
the
bad.
exact same thing Harrison was going through, where the first time I got to the final boss and I actually beat him, I was like, I did it. Like that just rush, the adrenaline rush. And then I see the health bar pop up again. I was like, why is
Wait.
the health bar still there? Why,
No.
why is it filling? And I've been burned so many times like that playing Dark Souls. You would think I'm paranoid. Like,
Oh,
does this boss have
right.
a is there another phase? And I'm like, nope, I did it. I did it. And then I just get
No,
destroyed and
it's
I get
because-
sad.
It's because every other boss there's no second phase, so you don't. I think just because you're doing multiple runs,
Yeah,
just getting through it,
exactly.
you just have this mindset of it's just one phase, one
Mhm.
phase, one phase. Then you
So
just
used to it.
then
yeah.
it slaps you in the face. It's like, hey, here's my second dick.
Surprise.
Here's a second health bar for you. Have fun. I was like, well, I'm dead. Because not only did I lose all my lives, I think I was like, I was like halfway. I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
there's no way I'm recovering from this. I'm just gonna learn as much as I can, and hope I get back to this point again.
Ooh, good mentality. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Hades. And then I just took a break because I was so tilted. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play something else. And that's when I played Assassin's Creed and finished the main story with that. It's actually, I will say, it's pretty good. I was like surprised.
I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah.
Or I was gonna try and go back to that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about it now that you finished?
I think
Is it just kind of like another Assassin's Creed game, or is it like something you actually really enjoyed?
Not
that you would enjoy it, really, but is it?
I was gonna say,
does it stand out? I guess
there is
what
some
I'm
bias
asking.
because I like Assassin's Creed games anyway, but I
Uh-huh.
think it does stand out. It just felt I guess my main thing is it's a byproduct of maps are getting huge, so I felt like I was just having to jump back and forth areas. But I guess the cool part, I guess for anyone that likes exploring or like complete or is a completionist, like when I finished, I didn't explore in the entire map yet. Like there was still other spots that I had to go to, and I was like, oh shit, there's so much. Like for someone that I'm like, okay, this is probably the best bang for your buck if you want like value or just like a length of time or just a lot of stuff to do in a game. Sure, go for it. Typical Ubisoft fashion. But overall,
Gotcha.
I thought the story was good. I that's partially why I want to like do more, just because it's I like Greeks. I like Greek stuff, so the world itself, I'm just already invested. So I'm like, all right, I want to play more, but I want to do other things as well. So
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, I finished the main game technically, so I'm good until I come back to like work on the expansion and all that. So overall, I give it like a 7. I know people gave it like an 8 or 9 or something, but I think that's just because Assassin's Creed at this point, I'm like, I'm playing it because I know what I'm getting, not like I expect anything like groundbreaking at this point.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. So I had fun. But I had fun. Because
Hell yeah.
for a split second, I tried to play Sekiro again. For a split second,
Oh,
I got fucked and I got upset.
I forgot that you
turn out?
had that.
I got upset very fast. It's because you're going from like a somewhat button mashy, like Hades and Assassin's Creed are like combat is nothing like that. So going to like something with like actual like you have to actually like time everything, or just you just don't hack and slash so much. My monkey brain at the time was like, yeah, no, this isn't working. Maybe reset it a bit. But
yeah, no, I feel you. It's definitely like a mindset thing that you have to get into.
Yeah, but I want to play it because I have it, and I'm like, no, I think I mentioned at the beginning of the year I also want to play this. So yeah, so I'm gonna touch on that again. I'm just trying to hit. Because knowing me, Destiny, the expansion is coming out in November. I'm trying to hit as much as I can. Like the entire group's doing that. I can tell they're doing it. We're like all hitting stuff that's in our catalog or backlog. So.
Oh, until you lose your life to the next Destiny.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think. And then now I'm just playing. I'm just playing a game called Genshin Impact, and it's the weebiest fucking shit I've played in a long time. Because I know Luke. Wait, no, Ian hasn't played it at all. I didn't like look into it. Luke, have you downloaded it at all?
That is a very funny story. So I was downloading it last night, and probably about like 70% of the way through.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, what am I doing? Why am I downloading this game? I just canceled the entire download.
I've been there.
No, and it's so great. So the game essentially is a anime-esque gotcha RPG game. So
Yeah, it's an open world single player anime gacha RPG thing.
It takes a lot of inspiration from Breath of the Wild for sure. Like with the exploration, you can like fly around, like fight whatever monsters. There's actually like, and this is the gacha part, is you just get different characters, and the main thing is there's element based. So like there's like electric, water, air, fire, earth, all that stuff, and it plays a role in, like, for instance, when you fight a monster, if they have a wooden shield, if you're a fire person, you can actually burn and damage the shield first, and then you can attack the monster. So there's like elemental things that are tied to that. The gacha part is like you're trying to get all these different characters to like have a well-rounded team.
Right. And then you want to like upgrade them and stuff like that.
And then upgrading, and you get different weapons, and you like try to upgrade them by infusing weapon. This is like the whole, like, if you played like any mobile game in that sense, most likely you'll recognize that.
My big thing is, or not my big thing. I don't know why I said that. The like, so to give me a better understanding of this, is it? Are there like quests or like objectives? Like in Breath of the Wild, it's like, go explore these places and get these things. Is it like that, or is it more of like you are what's the word?
Doing missions or something like that, like mission based.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, are you motivated to like do like dungeons and stuff to get like better loot, and that's like.
Yes.
The
main thing is there
like,
is a main quest. There is a main quest that you can do to progress.
Okay.
So there's actual progress in that. And then there's actually side quests. Like, honestly, treat this like a single player game, because single player open world game. So there's actually main story. There's actually side quests you can do. There are daily quests you can do. I've just hit that point where I can hit dailies now, which I'm like, fuck.
Wild. All right, so it is like
it's a fleshed out
an
game.
RPG.
It's an RPG, and the reason why it's free is because they want you to buy like all the husbandos and waifus. 100%.
Oh, there's husbandos too?
Yes, dude. Yeah, yes.
Dude, all the advertisements I've seen have only been waifu stuff. So
there's
what does that say about the player base?
I was gonna say, but what does that say about the player base? Yeah. So, and it was funny because I was streaming it to my girlfriend for a bit, and she was like, I wish the guys would look a little bit less feminine. And I was like, yeah, because, okay. And then, anyway, that's like a side thing, because I'm like, yeah, even the main, because you can choose between having the main character as a girl or boy, but like you choose it because they're actual characters and they're twins. So you choose one or the other. And then that's when the story takes off, because you have to like essentially find your brother brother or sister, depending who you chose.
Oh.
And then it just takes off, and you get to explore the world. You actually like meet other characters. And so far, I'm like, I put 6-8 hours into this game now, a little bit more. But yeah, no, there's just the main story. And honestly, I know a lot of people get worried with gacha games and that, do you get blocked out of content because you don't have like the best, you don't have like the top tier characters? Do you get like do you hit a wall at a certain point? So far, I haven't, and I've watched other streamers play it just because I'm curious. And I think one of them was a Destiny streamer. That's the only reason why I found out about this. And he's 100% into this game until Destiny comes out. And he's like, this is the game I will make content for until the new expansion. Because
who was it?
Wow.
Do you guys know MTash?
Oh, yeah, I know him.
Yeah, no, he's playing this, and it's hilarious. But he like, and so far, I mean, and me playing it so far, I think some people have said like, you don't, like, you kind of get free currency like to let you get roles, but the people you get kind of through story, you can play through the main story without like having issues. You don't have to get new characters. It's just more like if you want to. So far, is what it feels like.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
haha, get it?
I hate you, just a little bit. No, just kidding. That was good.
Yes.
But no, I think the main thing, my main takeaway from that game is really, there are times when I'm playing the game and I forget that it's a free game because of the amount that you can do. I think that's, and it plays well. Like it looks really good for what it is. Like for like playing on PC, I'm like, yeah, I could play max out, but honestly, it looks really good. Like aesthetically, I like the aesthetics. I think it's fine. I like cell shaded stuff, so it's okay. I mean, it's anime as fuck, so sure. But I know, and apparently, like, there's more to the map. Like, there's way more like you can explore. Which and I think the other thing is I like like the style or the style of gameplay Breath of the Wild had was like exploring. Actually, you can climb wherever you want, and this is pretty much that. So I get my Breath of the Wild itch done. Like it's scratched. I feel good. And it's not hard. It's not, but I guess I haven't hit it yet, but I've read that it gets more complex with like how you can like kit or how you kit your characters, like what equipments do they have, what elements. I think you can change your main character. I don't know. There's like a lot of stuff like what combos and all that. Because you can like elements play a key role. Like if someone's standing in water and you have an electric type, you can you hit them with that. It actually does more damage.
Oh, there's like environmental
factors.
factors.
Yes, there's environmental factors.
Wow.
Too. So it's actually
that's cool.
Or like you can do a combo where like my dude is air. I do like a wind attack and then I switch over to like someone that has like fire or like fire, and I just shoot them with my like fire damage like spell or whatever the fuck. And it causes the wind to like it's like spell break. It's kind of like the combo with that shit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I've just been putting way too much time into this game. Way more than I thought I would. Because I was waiting.
That's cool.
Sidebar, just to explain why I asked Luke about the download. The download is horrendous. It takes fucking forever to download.
Yeah, there's something going on with the download. Like you can basically like when you start the download, like for me personally, I had 0.33 megabytes a second.
Which is me. I had that too.
So that like on my internet amounted to like a 10-hour download. If you like pause the download and then restart it after a few seconds, it'll jump up in numbers. So like, it's just a really weird, inconsistent.
Sometimes does that. Yeah, it's like you can do that to like hopefully bring it up, but otherwise it's a slow ass fucking download.
Yeah, because like when I was downloading it, it eventually came down to a 2-hour download because I was at like 2.3 megabytes.
Yeah,
but it was a weird download.
It was like yeah, it was bad. So I downloaded on my phone first. And then I played a little on it, and then I switched over to PC, and been playing that. And then the last thing I played is I caved because I wanted to play an FPS shooter. I got I tried the Call of Duty, what was it? Their Battle Royale thing. I forgot what it's called.
Battlegrounds?
No, Warfare?
Warzone?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So I finally downloaded. See, that's where it was like, Genshin was an 11 gig download, and it took me the entire workday. Call of Duty is 123 like gig download, and it took me like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was
like, I think it's something about
it's about their servers or something.
Yeah.
Like
that. Like their servers probably were getting hammered, and also since it's I want to bet their servers are probably based in China. So.
Yeah. I bet. But
just a lot of factors.
Yeah. I tried Call of Duty. I kind of like Apex more still because I didn't. Maybe it's because I know what I'm doing in Apex, but also like I don't know. Yeah, I played it. I was like, oh, this is cool. If I have other people that played, maybe, but otherwise, I don't know. We'll see. Highly doubt.
Yeah. Damn, dude, you've been playing a lot this week.
I've been playing a lot this week. Yes. Luke, what have you been up to?
Oh my god.
Kind of a lot actually. Maybe not as much as Harrison, but more than I normally do.
Sweet.
Like I was playing Hades, and I'm at 95 hours, I think, and I'm just about done with the story, quote unquote, because there's a few epilogue tasks you can do.
Oh.
I'll still be. I would be very confident saying I could probably keep playing for like another 150 hours.
Oh,
there's a lot of stuff I want to do.
Nice.
And see, because Harrison and I are both completionists, they don't show you the completionist stuff until like you're basically done with the game. Because like you've had a good amount of runs. You're like, hey, by the way, if you want this really cool badge, just do this. You're like, oh, that's a lot of money I need to spend on it.
Do they have a like Hollow Knight had a percentage completion counter thing? Do they have something like that or no?
No.
Oh, okay, so you kind of have to just figure it out
So like
eventually,
and like
or like look online. But
they give you a lot of visual tools to like so you can gauge how far you are in the game.
mm-hmm.
Like because there's basically I don't even know the full number. There's at least 4 completely separate end game objectives you can do. Like they're difficult. Their customizable difficulty system. It's called Heat. Basically, there are milestones. I think from like 10, 15, and 32, and completing a run on those Heat numbers gives you a statue. It's like, okay, you have done the completionist part of doing runs, basically. And when you like fully level up a relationship with a character, you get this little like chibi stamp next to their codex
Cute.
entry.
Hey.
So it's like, okay, so I've gotten all my relationships set up. And then the other one, the one that they show you like basically at endgame is, hey, if you spend a lot of resources, then you can customize your UI, and that's it.
Oh, cool.
Sick.
So, and then there's also just like upgrading the hub, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
a lot of it is just shown to you, and you just kind of gauge like, okay, like there's a visual indicator, so that's kind of how I know I'm done with that. But there's not like a traditional
Cool
percentage. But anyway, playing a lot of Hades. Yeah, I played some Among Us, which I was kind of lukewarm about, and then I figured out how I was playing like a moron. So it's a lot of fun, especially because I think it's super easy with the people we play with. Everybody just talks too much, and so like if I'm the killer, I can literally just walk around, pretend to do tasks, and never touch the kill button, and I win. Because people just get suspicious of each other.
God, it was so bad. It was so funny.
We got the way that we were playing before I left was everybody would like mute themselves in the Discord until it was time to like converse. Do you guys still do that?
Yep.
Okay.
It's also very dependent on the group you're playing with. Like 100%.
Sure.
Yeah, like there was a game honestly where I was paired with another person. They got a kill. I did nothing, and we won. Because like I think my partner would still get a killer. Like I think they ended up killing 2 people. But everybody was just way too suspicious of each other, so they voted everybody else off. And I didn't have to. I literally did not have to do a single thing. I would just walk around, pretend I'm checking on everybody, and that was it.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
game is great. That game is great.
I'm just bloodthirsty, and I'm like trying to get people, and then, man, I'm trying. Yeah, it's like it's so funny because there are times when I'm like, oh, this strat would have worked. I got someone. I totally blamed it on someone else, but because I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't remember what location I was in, even though I was looking at it. I was like, fuck. Then of course that makes you sus, or sus,
right?
As some would say. It's fun. I want to play with the group again. I just want to see.
Yeah.
It's kind of related to for those who don't pay attention to gaming news, they announced the Spider-Man PS4 remaster, and it's this weird bundle with the Miles Morales side game. But I've been replaying Spider-Man PS4 for like a week or so, just kind of. Part of it, my girlfriend, she likes to draw in the living room, so I'll hang out with her and I'll just pick a game to play. So I've just been playing Spider-Man. Not really doing anything. I'm just swinging around and enjoying just vegging out.
Ready for him to look like Tom Holland?
I don't.
It was so random.
That was a really random change. Did you read the news about that, Ian? About their remaster?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they they remade the facial structure of Peter Parker in the game, and coincidentally looks like Tom Holland, but the reasoning is like the voice actor Yuri Lowenthal, I think is how you pronounce his name. Like their new version matches his facial structure more, but it's such like a de-aging in their new version that it throws me completely off.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because he looks like a really young Tom Holland from Civil War, where he looks like a 16-year-old.
Oh.
So it's just
wow.
it is a huge case of baby face.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
But it
I
looks
forget
good.
how old is he supposed to be in the game?
technically he's supposed to be like 23.
Yeah, something like
So
that.
Oh,
he's
okay.
still young. But I think part of it is I actually liked the old facial animation they did.
Mhm.
It made him look more mature than... Because the big thing is in the game, that's supposed to be a Spider-Man who's been Spider-Man for a few years, so he has a lot of
Right.
experience under his belt, and he's not new.
Yeah.
The new version just
Mhm.
makes him look like a child.
Yeah, it looks...
That's a weird. Oh, go ahead,
No, I
Harrison.
was just gonna say, it just looks way different. Like, it definitely looks like he's younger.
Yeah, it's like a lot of it is just shock value, and I'm wondering, like, as people temper their expectations and it gets closer to release, maybe it's not as big of a deal, but it is definitely like a very extreme change in my opinion.
Mm.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, that's no. That's just interesting. I'm curious, like, why they decided that, but
So, like, yeah, the reasoning is that since the remaster is basically designed with the PS5 in mind, where it has higher fidelity
Mhm.
graphics and the FPS is locked at 60, they're gonna have ray tracing. They wanted
Okay.
to improve the facial mocap because during the recording process, Yuri Lowenthal did like a really good job. And so the reasoning is that with the PS5's infrastructure, they can do a more, they can do a better job capturing the intricacies of his face. And so that's why they remade it.
right. So it's like
And that's it.
Yeah, it's a tech thing.
And-
yeah.
Because I know Yuri Lowenthal, the original voice actor, went on, I think, Twitter today saying they originally couldn't do it because the way his facial structure is, it just didn't jive well with the current animation. So it was just a matter of technology not being ready. But it's just a very drastic change, and a lot of people are relatively upset.
Yeah. But I will say, like, it does, like, comparing just the still, at least, like, just watching the quick video, it definitely does look like it's next gen, because, like, the way, at least to me, the face looks, I think the one thing I noticed, like, was the old one, something about the eye, like the way the eyes tracked, or just the way it looked sometimes was off to me. So the new one kind of looks a little bit better, but other than that, that's all I got.
I really liked the old eyes. They looked a little more like, because when I see, it's only the still shots of the new face, the eyes kind of look dead.
Because
like,
the old
I
one
feel
looks
like
like Mass
in the
Effect.
when the old one you can see more color and detail, and the new ones just look like black holes.
Yeah.
It's because he's seen so much as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Seen so
maybe.
much shit.
He's just like, I can't do it anymore.
Actually, yeah, they did change his eye color too. Actually, straight up, looks like,
Oh,
or I don't know. Or maybe it's the ray tracing. I don't know, but I don't. I guess like the old way, it definitely looked like. Sometimes I'm like, okay, the way the eyes was tracked, it felt like I was playing Mass Effect Andromeda when it was bad, with the whole like not as bad as that, but it felt off. But otherwise, but in all honesty, the game was so good that I didn't really care enough, and I was like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah, but I haven't played it. I'm going to be playing it because Monster Hunter has their final major updates tomorrow.
yeah.
So I'm going to be jumping back into that for a good amount. Kind of like as Hades kind of winds down, I won't be playing it every day, and I'll be picking Monster Hunter back up to finish a lot of things there, and then
Hell yeah.
retire both of those games probably. Yeah. So I know, Harrison, you tend to watch a few more shows than me. Have you heard of? It's on Netflix. It's like Lock and Key.
I heard someone recommend it or just talk about it to me.
Ian, have you heard of Lock and Key?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, I watched one episode and it was interesting.
Interesting.
I was just wondering if you guys have heard of it, or if you can tell me more about it, because I know it was either originally a novel or a graphic novel, but
Yeah, I know nothing about this.
Yeah, I don't really know much about it either, honestly. I just heard about it, but I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I looked up Lock and Key because I wanted to like I wanted to like kind of like get a cover art or whatever, like a thing to like see what it was. And the images on like the all section of Google, it was like the actual thing that you're talking about. And so I was like, oh, okay. And I'll go to images. It's just locks and keys. It's like, oh, all right. That's not what I was looking for, but thanks, Google.
thanks.
Ian,
Google.
I know you were out for a while, but what have you been up to in the past week or so?
Yeah. I played a little bit of Among Us with, I don't think me and Luke got to play together, but I played with Harrison a bit.
Yeah, it was a different, it was
so
like some of
that was interesting. I've been playing a lot of, Magic still, when I've been able to. The new season ended, and I got all my, like, season rewards for being plat, so that felt great. I will say, like, that game, out of all the online card games that I played, which I think is only, like, 3, probably, I think Magic's probably my favorite in terms of how much you get for just playing. Because you can, if you want like all the cards immediately, you're definitely gonna have to put some money into it. But I've been playing free like this entire time, and I'm still able to. I don't feel like I'm being hindered or anything like that. I don't feel like there's like, oh, I don't have this card and I can't get it because it's so expensive, so I can't make this deck. There's none of that, which I felt a lot of that in Hearthstone. But yeah, I've been having fun with Magic a lot. New season restarts, so I got to get on that climb again.
that climb.
The
I was gonna say, the economy of Magic sounds a lot like Legends of Runeterra to me. Mainly because, like, another thing, I've been very casually playing a few games of Runeterra a day. It's the same way where I have so many resources to get cards. I feel like Hearthstone is definitely the outlier in terms of how, like, player-friendly it is.
Yeah, I'd agree. Because I think even, I think Legend of Runeterra does the same thing in terms of draft. Their version of draft is you still get those cards, right? Or is that not right?
I
can't remember.
I actually don't do draft.
I don't think so.
Oh.
From what I remember.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Unless it's changed, but I don't remember.
I don't think you do.
I don't think you do.
But,
okay.
So
but
I
even
think, like, Magic does that better, but I still think Runeterra does a really good way of just giving you cards.
yeah, no, I'll agree with you on that. When I played Runeterra, there wasn't a. I played for a very short time, and I still like. There wasn't anything that seemed inaccessible. For after playing for like a shorter, like if I played for a little bit longer, it would have been fine. But yeah, I agree. But yeah, playing that, dude. Oh my god, there's this card. It's the greatest thing because I just like oopsied into like. I just oopsied into the god card. I oopsied into Exodia in this game. Because there's a blue card that's called like Ruin Crab or something like that. Or it's Crab of Ruin. It's one of those. Anyways, every time you play a land, the whole like thing for Zendikar, the most recent set, is like land is more emphasized now, I think. So there's this one card that's called Crab of Ruin or Ruin Crab, and whenever you play a land, the opponent mills 3 cards. So if you are like getting a land card every turn that you can play down, you're just like boom, 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 and their deck is gone. And I just like happened to get one out of a pack, and I put it in my mill deck, and that's like 100%. That's what got me to where I was. I just oopsied into God mode.
You're disgusting. You're a monster.
I didn't even realize it for like the first half until I was like, wait, this card is broken. It was great. I think Luc inceptioned this idea into my head. But I reinstalled FTL and I started playing that a little bit more. Because I think you mentioned that on the last podcast or something.
I'm pretty sure I name dropped it. I don't think I talked about it at all besides just name dropping.
Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, I started doing a few runs of that. That's really fun. Still a really fun game. I got like a new ship that I unlocked. Because I never got like very far in that game. I was very bad at it. I was very bad at that game. And I still am very bad at this game. But it's fun. I think that's about all I've been doing though. The only other thing was I think I found this out today. I don't know when it exactly was released, but the date for Nier what is it? Nier
Automata?
Oh, no,
but there's a new one.
The new remaster or some shit.
Replicant. Nier Replicant. It's a prequel of Nier Automata. It's not a remaster, it's a prequel. Yeah. That got announced for April 23rd next year. So that's
Did you ever play Automata?
For people who like that. No, I watched stuff of it, yeah. So I'm familiar with the story, but I've never actually put my hands on it.
No, it is a remaster.
But
it was Nier.
It says it's a upgraded prequel.
It was Nier. So I could have sworn it was Nier.
Oh,
and then they're remastering it.
So it's a remaster of Nier Replicant.
You're right.
Which is only a Japanese version.
Yeah.
So I'm just a dumbass. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
it's still pretty cool.
It's still cool though. No, it's still cool. I was just like, wait, what? When did I watch that?
Yeah.
Hold up.
When did I? No, yeah, I'm just the idiot. But that's okay. But yeah, that's about it. It looks really cool. Like the remaster stuff looks.
The original Nier was
tight.
Really weird, which I guess is kind of the director's shtick. But that one was it was very much if you track the other games that he's made, the original Nier feels kind of outliery. Because you've got the Drakengard series, and then you obviously have Nier Automata, and some of the things they do are just so weird compared to what Nier or Nier Replicant, if you want to call it that, did.
Yeah. And I agree. The only parts of the person that I've seen is him wearing like the creepy robot head, and I was just like, all right, I know what this is. I got it. I understand. Yeah, the only other thing is, I'm gonna jump back into Monster Hunter. I was actually playing some Monster Hunter World today. But yeah, I'm gonna jump in for that new thing tomorrow because I want to get you get like an even buffer armor,
the super buff.
Super buff. Yeah, you already had like bodybuilder buff. Now you're like,
because they do from like the original buff bodies, like this person's fit, and then with the newer buffer body, it's like you actually see muscle striation on both. It's like, this is actual bodybuilder body.
Ooh,
dude, it's
the
it's like
lats they
steroids.
have?
It's steroids. That's all.
It looks ridiculous.
Like your legs in the new one, it's oh my god.
Is this only because you have that armor set?
Disgusting.
Or something? Is it because of the armor or what?
No, like it's an armor set that makes you super buff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it basically makes you nude, except like you're wearing a Speedo and like a little like button tag that bodybuilders wear. It's yeah, it's super great. If you were playing this game and if you were into it still, you would love it.
This would be the one. This would be
that would be your armor. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no, you're a big boy when you wear the armor, or a big girl if you're a girl. Like they look thick.
Yeah.
You guys gotta send me this after. I'm curious.
I wanna, I wanna get that armor because there's like a series of videos that I've been wanting to record and upload onto my YouTubes. So that'll
Just
be
the
happening.
wrestlers.
The wrestlers.
Imagine if they always sometimes will introduce new weapons into the generations. I really want them to just do a fist weapon. But it probably wouldn't make much sense if you just punching a monster to death.
Oh, I want that so bad. The closest thing I can get to that is the Rajang dual blades.
Yeah,
that's the closest thing.
Well, it's like because in I think it was the online version or like the MMO version of Monster Hunter, they had tonfas as a weapon, and that was like the closest thing you could do.
Dang, that would have been cool. But yeah, just give me like giant fists and yeah, I'm in 100%. Maybe they'll do that for the one for the Switch. I don't know if they like released all the weapons for that yet. Yeah, right. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Okay. We got anything else before we jump into the main topic?
No, that's all I got.
I think we're ready.
All right. So it's relevant because we were talking about Among Us. The main topic I wanted to talk about is just social games, social board games, social video games, and a bunch of other things related to that. Basically, Game of Life is multiplayer. Were you guys... So, what were you guys' first impressions when you heard about Among Us? Did you think it was going to be fun? Like, did you think it was going to be flash in the pan, or did you think it was going to take off? Because a lot of people don't know, Among Us has been out since, I want to say 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah.
It only saw this, like, amazing influx of players after it got really popular on Twitch. It was like I swear over like 2 weekends, suddenly Among Us was just the game to play for streamers.
Yeah. Like streamers and Let's Players. I saw it on YouTube and I was like, oh, this is like the new, the new like party mode game where there's a killer. Like there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's the new this, and it's like, no, psych, this has been out for like 2 years. It's like, oh, cool. First impressions, yeah, I thought it was just another one of those, and I guess this is kind of like my feelings about all of these games and board games or whatever form they take, but it's fun to play with your friends, but like I'm not gonna go into an Among Us server like myself, or
just play with randos basically.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to a room, play with a bunch of people I don't know.
Yeah,
and so it is fun, but it's you guys that make it fun rather than the game itself being fun. But I think that's personal. I'm sure other people would. I definitely sure other people would like find this super entertaining and go into random rooms and stuff. But that's me.
Harrison?
Yeah, I think mostly for Among Us, I didn't expect it to blow up that much, but I guess because, well, I guess also when I first saw it, I thought it was a new game. So I was like one of those people, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, it's a new game. And then I realized, wait, 2018, what the fuck? This has been out for forever? What happened? But I think it's, I agree with Ian. I think it's mainly fun because of who you play with. And that's kind of like indicative of like I've only played the game like 2 times, I guess. Like multiple, it's just like 2 sessions. Like I think one was with Ian and a few of the guys. And then one was the other time with Luc and same guys.
We basically had a full party that time.
Yeah, we had a full party that time. So I think one,
Nice.
it's more fun, and I think that's the hard part with speaking in terms of Among Us. And kind of sometimes with like board games or card games, the amount of people does affect how fun the game can be too. I think because if you play with less people, it goes by kind of quick. But with more people, it's fun. But also, it kind of depends on who you play with, because that kind of determines the dynamic of the group, how we like. How we kind of vote people off or how we had to deal. It's kind of, you just have to deal with people in a different way, which I think is, it's just interesting and fun. Cause it's funny cause it's essentially like, what's this game? It's like Mafia, right? Or Mafia. And what's the wolf one?
Hold on,
Similar.
Like, you have Secret Hitler, Mafia, The Resistance.
One Night Werewolf.
One Night Werewolf. Yeah. All those kind of games. They just video gameized it.
Yeah.
Which
Something that Harrison said, where it's like, you're playing with like a group of core people, and the fun is like when you're having to discuss like who to vote off and stuff like that for this. I kind of realized this when it was the night that we were all playing, and then I think everyone got off except for me and then another guy, and then I went another one of our friends, I went with him into a group with two of his friends. So I was playing with them, and it immediately got a little less fun. Just
really?
Because, and it was because it was more of, it was something to do while I was talking to him and his friends, right? And like getting to know those people. It was like the game itself immediately became less fun, just for me. Because we didn't have that like really fun moment that you get when somebody pushes the alert button or whatever, and everybody's like, oh shit, someone died. Who Harrison, did you fucking kill someone again? Did you do it? Is it you? You don't have any of those like things that happen.
Because when we played with your friend, I think we also went into like an open, and that's the other thing, we went into like an open match, and I think that's when it kind of changes, because if you play with your friends, you have certain rules that you can kind of create, right? While when we played, I think one round we played and it had like other people online, it became like, you wouldn't check the chat, because if you're dead, you don't talk, but because they're dead, they talk. And I'm like, well, this is weird. Like, I guess you just kind of have like these unspoken rules where you just kind of follow. So
it's like house rules.
And we didn't talk as much because there's other people, so we can't talk to them. We have to like type and all that. So
that was the thing, though. I think if you're dead, you talk, but only people that are also dead can see it.
There's two different chats.
Okay,
there's a live chat and a dead chat.
Okay, cool.
That confused me too, because it showed up in the same place.
Yeah.
Like when you're dead, you still see the live chat happening.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's always kind of weird, but okay. Yeah, I just didn't know, but and I think, but we kind of lose out on like, I agree with Ian.
Yeah, like we have a certain like rapport with everybody, and we have a lot of inside jokes that we can pull on, and when it's someone you don't know, there's just that separation of like, I don't really know this person, I don't know how they like take to certain things or react to certain things. Because like when we were playing, one of our friends invited one of their friends, and I remember, because mainly that person had gotten killer like 3 times in a row. The next one was like, hey, let's just, as a joke, let's just vote this guy off. And he got salty about it.
Oh.
Whereas like,
I mean, that would have been hilarious, though.
Like, if it was one of us.
If it was one of us, we're like, fuck you, but that's about it.
There's a lot more like bullshitting with each other, whereas he was just like, why are you voting me? And it's just like, okay, like, he doesn't take that well.
Yeah.
And
that just comes with like, it like I said, it depends on who's playing with, or who's playing with you, and like sometimes you have your core group of friends, but then you of course there's such a boom with this game. People have other friends that also want to play the game, and sometimes we just need people to fill up the room. So it's, and I mean that just comes with it. I mean that's just game. Like I think of it in terms of like, if you have a board game night and people invite their other friends, you kind of like.
It's a little weirder.
It's a little weirder sometimes.
Because like that brings me into like a second question. Like when we are with our group specifically, and everybody's just like, we're all chilling, we're playing Orcs Must Die or even Among Us. Like, do you guys?
Oh my god!
Do you guys still like play the game, or do you purposefully try and derail situations? because there have been times, like with my other group of friends, back
Mhm.
when everybody still lived in the same area, we play board games a lot. And there's one game, I think it's called Bang. It's basically another like social deduction game. It's just Wild West themed.
Mm-hmm.
And two of our friends basically were like, no matter what, I'm the sheriff, he's my deputy, I'll never do anything to antagonize them. And it turns out the way it works, there's super brief rundown. There's the sheriff who's trying to kill the outlaws. The outlaws are trying to be the last one standing.
Mm.
And one of our friends was an outlaw, the other was a sheriff. The outlaw shot the sheriff, but you need like 3 shots to kill him. And they just they just joked it off like, "Oh, your gun misfired. It's whatever." And like we're deliberately breaking the rules to make things fun. Like, do you guys ever think or like play like that?
I think,
or like even with our friends, we'll still like play the game. We just like we'll have more banter about it.
I think if we've played the game multiple times, like for instance, if you play like that one set of game like several times and you followed the rules, you played it how it was, we probably would start like just fucking around and just be like trying to mess with the game at that point, or just messing with each other at that point. So for me, I would play it like legitimately for a good bit until someone else does it. Otherwise, I'm probably the one that's probably not going to do it, honestly, thinking about it. If anything, it's like you two that are probably more likely going to do it.
Because like I think of like with our friend group, I think of with the board game specifically with Orcs Must Die, we're planning the route, and then one of our friends like, I just opened the door. We're like, oh no, like just deliberately derails everything, and that was really funny.
Wait, Orcs Must Die? Are you talking about Zombie Side?
Did I say Zombie Side?
No,
oh my
no
god!
wonder. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, Orcs Must Die. That's a throwback.
One of
what?
Yeah, that was a really old game.
One of my friends works at the studio who develops that game, so that's on my mind. I meant Zombicide. I'm so sorry.
Zombicide. Okay.
Zombicide.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we were playing Zombicide.
Yeah. Didn't we we broke the heck out of Zombicide in terms of rules.
Well,
didn't we do that?
It's also
because it was funny.
We didn't know the rules.
Well, we also
but
fair.
Like one of our friends deliberately derailed our plan just because like you guys are talking too much. I'm gonna open the door.
Yeah. And we're like,
yeah, he's like super impatient. So he's just like, I'm opening everything.
We're like, wait, stop! That would summon. Oh, all these zombies are spawning now. Fucking fantastic. Okay, 4.
Yeah, I love that, but that's only something you can do. I feel like in a setting where you're all friends in the same like group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you all like have that already established rapport.
Yeah.
So, because something else I was thinking about was the other thing that happened when it was me, my friend, and then 2 guys, and then like a lobby of a bunch of other people. The chat became super like unfun and just immediately like
it's just like it's
automated.
time,
I guess
it's time to play the game.
It's
No fun
playing
allowed.
Yeah, because it was like every time this is exactly what happened. Someone would die or somebody would report basically. So everybody would come in and then immediately chat would be like, where? It'd be like 4 people are like, just where? ? And that's it. And then the person would be like, this person dead here. And then and then someone, and then it would be like, this person's sus.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's how it
That's
was.
the entire chat. And you're like, well, all right. It's like nobody's playing that fun. They're just like, I don't know.
Win the
Playing to
game.
win.
Maybe
playing
that
to
is
win,
fun.
basically.
It just didn't. It seemed like you were just playing to like win a game that isn't really about winning.
Yeah, and that was like the same.
that
No,
makes
that was the
sense.
same time when we played. It just felt less fun because it was like it felt. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it felt automated. It felt like, oh, where? And I'm like, I don't fucking know because I barely play this game. And then, but then like it would always be like, oh, red sus. See, I told you it was him. No, I was not here. It was because you had to type it out, right? So you can't really talk
Yeah.
and like have like that conversation of like you could like fake out someone or something like that. So I think at least in terms of Among Us, it's just more fun with like a private game. That's why every time I feel bad because like someone's like, oh, we could just do like an open lobby. I was like, that won't be as fun. I already know.
Yeah,
100%.
it's never as fun.
I already know it's not going to be. So I was kind of like, remember that one night, Ian, when we were playing, I'm like, we don't have to. Because I already had a feeling it wouldn't be as fun. So, yeah.
I think, I don't know. I feel like we're also all, I think I've said this on the last podcast, we're all like not the most social people. So I don't know if like there might be somebody who would be like, no, yeah, this is the funniest shit in the world to do that.
Yeah, or I don't know about that. I guess it's just more like with Among Us, it just feels kind of weird. Like if just the game itself is just figure out who's the imposter. But if you just play that, I'm like, there's not much to this game, honestly. If you just play it like the way like those real like those people play, it's like they're playing the game correctly. It's just not as fun. That's just what it is.
I think it's telling. I think that the game does best, and the reason it exploded is because high-profile streamers played with each other.
Yeah,
like I'm pretty sure if you go to Twitch and you see Among Us, there isn't just one guy playing by himself and he's just interacting with chat. It's like, oh,
you have to have like a group.
It's a group of 7 or 8 really high-profile streamers. Just like, we're done with our main game. We're gonna play this.
Yeah,
and
that's
what everybody does.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you guys have? Sorry, I don't know how to word this. Have you ever, or has there been a game, like a social game, like we were talking about, where you've played with, maybe not all of them are people you don't know, but like you've played with people you don't know, and it's like been a good way to like get to know them and stuff? Has that ever like happened?
The last time I've done that was WoW.
Oh really? Okay.
Like
it's like an MMO.
Yeah, but
which I guess is like the most, or I guess it could be the most social and the least social game you could play.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking of like just random people, right? What are you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I was thinking like random people or like people you were like in close proximity to, I guess.
Like when I played Among Us the last time, the person I didn't know, when we played more, and the more we played with him, I was like, oh, I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, back in college, we used to do board game nights at my apartment, and there are some people, like, I knew friends of friends, and I, like, either was introduced to them, or we became, like, more than just acquaintances by playing board games together.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've had like a little bit of both then. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had both
that.
Positive and negative interactions with like these kind of social games.
Thinking about it, yeah, same with Luc. Like back in college whenever we had like game nights with like certain groups, that's how I met other people too. Actually, now that I think about it, and it kind of like I know like for some of them they have like their own tight knit group, but I was like the outside dude, so I probably like had to like introduce myself, and they probably learned more and all that. So actually, yeah,
right.
Now that I think about it, yeah, board games. But
do you guys like gravitate more to that, or do you feel like you're more of a like single player type person, or is it like a good mix of both?
I think for me, it's a good mix of both. I think this is what I missed. This is what I missed before COVID was random nights where we just have like, hey, we're gonna have board game night. And back then, even like with some of the guys, it's like, oh, we're gonna have board game night, but it's like mostly like, oh, we're gonna like get some food, we're gonna play some Smash, and and then we'll play some board games or something like that. And then sometimes we meet other.
We made like a night of it.
But like we would have that more often, and like sometimes someone's like, hey, I'm gonna bring my friend along too. We're like, okay, cool, so that's cool with me.
Yeah, I don't think that ever. Yeah, that always went really well, I feel like.
What about you, Ian? Between like single player or multiplayer type things?
I feel like I'm more of a single player because I also don't like seek out to play these games, even with you guys.
Yeah.
And not to say like I don't like playing it, but I'm never the person who's like, hey, let's play this game together, guys. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm never the initiator in that, so I feel like I'm more of a single player.
It's because I'm not going to play League with
person.
you guys, so I got to find something else.
But
No, yeah,
TFT.
I get that.
I'm done with TFT
Ooh.
too.
Ooh.
I think most people are done with TFT
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, it's a healthy mix. Like the games I enjoy more are single player, but I have just as much fun playing with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of segues into like we've all played relatively competitive multiplayer games. Do you feel any like different about playing? I guess because a lot of it we play team based, like traditional structured team based competitive games, versus like with a social game, it's not as like rigid and the gameplay is different.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Right.
do you like play any differently? Do you feel any differently, or do you like one or the other? Like because we've all done it, and I think it's a good reference between either like playing League or Destiny competitive versus playing something like Fall Guys or Among Us or a different board game. Do you prefer one over the other, or do you just think it's just a way to play with your friends?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
Okay.
I said, thinking.
Yeah, thinking. I got you. No, yeah. There definitely is a difference. There's a difference between like Fall Guys or Among Us and like Overwatch, or what was the other one you said? It was the first one.
I mean, Destiny or League.
Not Destiny, League. Yeah. Those. What do I like about those? I think it's the fact that one, it's like a team, and it's team based. It's competitive. The team based thing doesn't really matter, but when it is a team, you've stumped me. It's I'm trying to like wrap my brain around this. I like that the things like Overwatch and Comp and Destiny and League it's objective based. It's you have to think a lot and fast. You know, it's very engaging. And yeah, it as opposed, and I guess you could say, you know, you have to be careful in Among Us. You have to like think and strategize and stuff, but I not as much, I guess,
It's
to me.
like
But
not
maybe
as
that's because I
mechanical.
don't take it seriously. Yeah, it's not mechanically intensive. You know, you have 3 buttons, maybe max.
Yeah.
So I do like, because I do like those like competitive team games, because I think just anybody would say it's fun to be like part of a team. Well, no, not everyone, but yeah, I do like being part of a team and like, you know, like competing for like the objective and stuff like that.
Matt.
What about you,
I mean,
Harrison?
No, okay, so I can definitely say between like the two types of games, I would lean more towards competitive. But I've mentioned this before in other podcasts. I just like the competitive aspect. It's and I guess because I was just you touched on like how you have a team and you can play with your friends, and I think to me the reason why I lean towards more of that is just because I can actually communicate. I don't feel like talking to like, because usually, but like, if I'm playing with certain people that play the game a lot and they're like in my friend group, they probably know like we can like talk to each other a little bit easier. It's you don't have to like adjust to how someone else's play style is. Like for instance, like if we play like Comp in like Apex or like Destiny or like any other game, we kind of know. We could just be like, oh, look over here. Oh, like do that. And you know how like most time, like for instance, one of my friends, they know like I'm aggressive, so they'll kind of play around that, but you don't have to think about it too much because we played with each other enough.
Yeah, I agree. I like the you build up a synergy with your friends, especially when you play like competitive games with them a lot. It's you definitely like learn how each other play and kind of like you figure out a way to play with each other.
But if it's like a game like Among Us or like Fall Guys or something, and it's like, oh, some of these guys are like, hey, I'm gonna play this game. Anyone down? I'm like, all right, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? Like it's, but I don't try hard. It's like that's when I like kind of like just chill to relax, right? Because in my head, I'm like, I'm just chilling with the boys. I'm just here to like play and not like do too crazy. Like sure, in Fall Guys you can try to get the crown, but I'm not trying super hard. But if I get it, I get it, you know. So
yeah,
it's man.
I agree. It's like you're going into that game with like a different objective in your head. It's like I'm here to chill out and have fun versus I'm here to have fun, but I don't know. I guess
have
there's
fun
something
by
I find something. Wait, go ahead.
I was saying like having fun by winning,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Like there's something I find intrinsically fun and entertaining about a game like Overwatch or League, where it's you're playing to win.
Yeah. I'm too much of a tryhard when it comes to it. Because I remember even playing with League, I was like, I would get super into it, and I would get so tilted so easily. That's all I remember. I just remember a red haze over my eyes.
Yeah, I really like. I think I do really like MOBAs. I like League, and I've only watched Dota, but I really like Dota. I've played the other one. I played Smite, and I've really enjoyed Smite. And I think I do like it literally is like team sports, right? Like it's the same freaking thing. And I think that's what I like about it. Is that it has those like the same core things, the same reason that like basketball is fun, same thing.
Luke, what was the original question again? I'm trying to remember also.
Basically just like, do you prefer one or the other,
That's
or
what
do
it
you
was.
feel any difference between playing more of like social engineering games versus more quote unquote traditional multiplayer games?
Right. So what do you think?
So
I'm a good sick.
I think as a group. Sorry, what was that? What did you just say to me?
Such good segues. I got it. I'm so good.
Damn. How do you do it?
Oh, you know.
No, like what I'm saying is, I think for our group especially, I enjoy as a whole more of the social game. Part of it is like our friend group just keeps getting bigger, which annoys me.
No, I think it's just
but it's
more groups. It's
like more people keep inviting their groups. I'm just like, who are you people? I don't know you. Stranger danger activated. But like, it's also like we can't play a lot of games as a group because the more competitive games just don't cater to like, hey, you want to play with 13 people? Sorry, buddy, we play 8. So like people always get left out. But especially I think, like there are smaller subgroups of people within our friend group I really like to play like competitively with. Like we have a group, and it's partly because I don't particularly like playing competitive games with our group as a whole because the skill level in our group is kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
And like when I'm playing something like League, it just annoys me when someone does bad because in my mind I'm like, that was stupid. Why did you do that? And they don't really have an answer. So I'm like, all right, well, they don't know what they're doing. I'm just here to have a good time. This isn't a win. I'm just here to farm. So like with social games, that burden on other people to be good is gone. And so it lets me just kind of chill out. Especially because like some of our friends we don't get to play with a lot anyway. Because they're married. Not because they're married, but they're married and they don't have a lot of time to hang out with people.
Right. They're married, they have jobs, they're like
they have life obligations.
Family.
But
yeah.
And so I mean part of it is like they don't get to play a lot, and because they don't get to play a lot, they're not as good. And so like when I do play competitive, I'm a little more picky. Like cuz you talked about team synergy, Ian, like when we played
Mhm.
competitive Destiny, it was you, me, and one of our other friends, Calton. We had a really good synergy, and I liked that. But if I was gonna
Mhm.
play competitive Destiny with someone who just doesn't play Destiny as much, yeah, it's not gonna be as fun.
Mm-hmm.
So as a whole, I think enjoy the social game more. Not to say I'm not competitive, but I think our dynamic as a whole, I think, works better when we're not having to try hard.
Mm. Yeah, I get that. I get like when there's like uh is it a deficit? It's not a deficit. When there's such a large difference, and not even that large. Like in a league, I don't even think there needs to be that much of a skill difference in order to like have a good time or have a bad time, you know, especially with your team, because the amount of steamrolling that can happen in that game, or snowballing, sorry, the amount of snowballing that can happen in that game is so like somebody, if you have two people and one person slightly better on the other side, that other person's just gonna have a bad time, and that can happen easily, and which makes the like the desire to want to all be at the same skill level in order to have a good time that much more, I don't want to say necessary, but that much more important, or I guess, yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I get that.
Because I guess like at least with League, I remember it. There time. This is also like another thing is like it's kind of like that same issue of I would always want to play like more competitive, like ranked or just regular summoners. But then there are times when I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I just feel like playing ARAM. I'm like, all right, I'm out later, boys. Because to me,
Yeah.
honestly, that's a waste of time to me. Because I'm like, I don't feel like playing this because there's nothing in it for me.
Interesting. So wait, curious. Why? Then so what's the difference between ARAM? Why do you not like ARAM in that?
you have
But like
ranked?
you'll play
Do you have-
Among Us easily.
Because I guess if there's an actual competitive mode in the game that we've been playing, I'd rather be playing that.
Oh, okay.
While to me, ARAM to me is just a waste of time. But that's
So-
also just because I don't
Gotcha.
This is a very stretchy metaphor, I guess we'll say. So feel free to just shut me down.
already this
Like-
already.
So imagine if we all played CS:GO.
Uh-huh.
Would you rather
Mhm.
play competitive, ranked CS:GO, or would you just want to goof around and play Trouble in Terrorist Town? Would you just not want to play Trouble in Terrorist Town?
Okay.
Oh.
So the ratio to me
Interesting.
would be that's the other thing. I guess the hard part, and I think this is just in terms of League. When it goes to CS:GO, I'd rather be playing Trouble in Terrorist Town. But that's probably because it's not a all. It doesn't. It's not a all. What's the fucking phrase? All size fits one. Holy shit! It doesn't fit for all games.
One size fits all.
Fucking hell!
Sure.
God, it's been a long day.
We can talk. We do a podcast.
I speak English. Anyway, yes, all size fits. Fuck. One size
fits all.
One
Yes.
for all.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
One
so
for all
I
for
guess
one.
in terms of I was just
Plus
talking
ultra.
about League. That's to me, it's more like that. Because
Mhm.
CS:GO,
Then
TTT sounds more fun.
TTT. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's more of like a which
Like in the game.
which sounds
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
fun.
in the game. Yeah.
Do you think you don't like League at all in terms of like mechanics? Like, do you think you really just liked the ranked as opposed to like the actual game
no,
itself?
I also don't like the ranked anymore either. I think the system's dumb.
Well, now, yeah, but like back then when you were playing, like,
yeah, I think I just had more.
Ranked. was it the like the grind that you were
Yeah,
after?
I think I just wanted
to
the
like
grind.
actually.
Yeah,
have
I wanted the grind.
Mm.
With that, I'm like, I think I just had more fun with the grind. But then the issue is
feel
always
that.
this is when like the trouble Luke's talking about is then you have to get a group, and if you guys are consistent, which we did. We had a very consistent group. That was when it was fun to me because we had like the synergy.
Yeah.
It worked out. It was great. But I get the
Mhm.
whole thing is if you just play like that so much, you get burnt out so fast. Is another thing, which I did 100%.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I mean, I guess, and it's also kind of like I'm not married, but it's also the idea of I don't think I have enough time or want to put enough of the time to play those games for so long. I'd rather do something else now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel you. I've kind of gotten that thing too, where it's like I'm still okay with playing like those comfort games. Like I think right now Magic is that for me. Like I can just play that game and it feels good. But there's a lot of other games that I want to sink my teeth into and
I mean, going back to the whole social
like
game too, I think that's just another thing of COVID. We're all just inside, so I think those kind of games are like kind of like a good sweet spot for what just dealing with it. And we're also we're all,
it's like instead of getting together and hang out, we'll just play like this game
and
together.
it's not even like oh, we could just meet up. We're all not close anymore. That's the other thing. We're all like kind of far from each other. So even back then, just meeting up was kind of like rare anyway. So yeah, COVID's great.
Right?
100%.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought of this, but I remember a specific moment. I think also in those multiplayer games, I think you have to have a caveat of like, all right, what level am I playing at, and where do I need to like be, or what level am I playing at, and I need like you need to realize, are you trying to be like the best, or like are you trying to be a professional, or are you trying to be like a I guess this is getting a little off topic, but it was just something I thought of. I remembered we were playing Overwatch, and there was I was playing Reinhardt, and I was getting shut down by this what was her? It started with an S. It was the girl with the Uzi.
Oh, Sombra.
Maybe it wasn't an S, but
Sombra.
Sombra. Thank you. Yeah, I was getting shut down by Sombra. I got that was like, I think that was the most tilted I've ever been. Or that's like where I got like actually mad, and I had to like stop, and I had to like stop for a second, and probably some of it's probably maturity. This happened like a few years ago now, but some of it was probably like maturity. But I think a part of it was like you like you gotta realize you're not like we're playing with friends to be good. Like
it's only
fun. And we were trying to like play the best to our ability, but like we're not.
The other thing is also we were trying to climb. We were probably playing more ranked games, so we're actually trying to climb up.
Yeah.
So if one of us lost, or if we lose, we affect multiple people. That just comes with playing ranked.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only. But then when it came to it, the guys would only play ranked, because if we're playing normals, it's like, why am I playing that? I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting how much like implementing a ranked system into your game changes the environment.
Oh yeah, dude.
Which is even a whole other topic. But yeah. I don't think I don't not like social games. I don't want to come off like I'm not like I'm against social. These Among Us type games where it's like a lot more relaxed and stuff like that. I do like enjoy those, and I enjoy like playing with people and stuff.
It's not like my go-to. It's not like my primary game I'm going to be playing, right? It's not like the one I'm going to sink my like all my time into. But it's definitely like a fun like, hey, we're just going to play this tonight with the boys. Sounds good. Cool.
Mhm.
I'm also not a streamer, so I don't have to do that for like the hits.
You're not a streamer yet, Harrison.
Is Minecraft considered a social game? Just thinking about it. Like with us,
I think it's like
when we played, we just made like a map, and we just like did shit. There was like no objective to what we were doing. We were just making an area.
Yeah, we just made a neighborhood.
God damn it.
That was it. I think it's kind of like an MMO in terms of like you can be social in that, but I also played Minecraft by myself.
Yeah.
For a little bit. Like I would get on my own server and then play just to chill out.
Yeah. I just like to wreck someone's day. You're right.
Oh my God.
I want to ruin people's days.
And then teabag, just like the good old days. And they get mad when that happens to me.
when I do it, it's hilarious. When it happens to me, you're an immature, child.
How dare you? What is this, 2005?
You're just try-harding.
Oh man, it's great.
Fun stuff.
I think that's all I've got.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have any other closing statements or anything.
That was my closing statement, 100%.
All right. We like to ruin people's days. It's our job.
Yeah, my closing statement is, fuck you. Just kidding.
Man.
Yeah, social games are fun. All video games are fun.
Just buy Hades.
Play them.
100%.
Buy Hades. That's all I have to say.
That's
Oh
my
my
closing
God.
statement. Buy Hades. Ian.
No matter the cost,
Ian,
no matter the
Buy
price.
Hades.
Buy Hades.
I really need to buy Hades soon and like play it soon because it's we're getting close to the point where it's like it's been
That's all
talked
we
about too
talk
much.
about.
I'm losing interest. Yeah. It's become one of those things where it's like
if it becomes a black flag for you, I will riot.
Me too.
I will.
It won't. I will get that soon actually because when I opened up FTL, I was like, I'm really just doing this because it's a placement for me playing Hades.
Another thing I will
It
say,
really was.
you should get Hades so you can watch the No Clip documentary they're doing over Hades because it's really
It's actually
interesting.
really interesting. I like it a lot.
Oh,
Before we talk about more Hades.
that was just an exclamation. Sorry, keep going.
Anyway,
What?
closing statement. Just buy Hades.
Wait, no. What were you saying? I'm honestly.
No, just buy Hades.
Yeah, just
Oh,
closing statement.
All right.
Buy Hades, play your social games, and then play Hades after.
Yeah.
All right, we're closing it off. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. We really appreciate your listening, your feedback. If you want to give feedback,
Real
fine,
quick.
go ahead. Ian.
Speaking of feedback and stuff, which you guys should do, totally give us feedback. We love it. In our Facebook page,
I
got a notification
I saw it.
that was like, yeah, someone sent me a message. I was like, oh man, we actually we have an audience and they're talking with us. What's it gonna be? And then it was like a video of like, hey, check out these boobs and butts if you're looking for a good time.
Yeah, it was just
like,
a bot.
oh
I was
my
like,
God.
yes, a bot got to us.
We've made it.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I should look at on the bright side. We're bot worthy now.
God damn.
Anyway,
Yeah. Sorry.
back
Go
to what I was saying
Feedback.
before I was interrupted. Like I said, thank you everybody for listening. We really appreciate it. If you have any feedback, if you want to scream at us, if you want to tell us to look at boobs or butts or penises or hair, you can.
We're all inclusive.
Yeah, whatever. We whatever. You can message us at superbossfeedback@gmail.com. You can use our Facebook and message us, so it's not just bots talking to us. Just look up SuperBoss Podcast on Facebook. We have
Or even
a
just tweet us at SuperBoss Pod.
that.
That.
See, this is why I have you guys. You guys can finish my sentences for me.
Sandwiches.
And sandwiches. I'm hungry. Let's sign off now.
Boo.
We'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. See ya.
Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.